my favorite actors has been working in Hollywood or on the screen or in independent cinema since he was a teenager. I believe one of the first films he was in was 16 Candles. The actor I'm talking about is John Cusack. He has made a lot of amazing films, from Say Anything, High Fidelity, Grace is Gone. Man, Grace is Gone. That movie just comes on TV. I'm glued. I don't care what part. I really love Grace is Gone, and the score to Grace, created by Clint Eastwood, is amazing. But my personal favorite John Cusack movie is Better Off Dead. Someday I'll make a video of how much I love this movie, but I just want to show you that I love John Cusack. He's a great actor. He's in a new movie called The Raven, which tells, I believe, a fictional story about Edgar Allan Poe, who I know nothing about except for that he wrote a couple great, wonderful stories. I'd be really interested in hearing from somebody who loves to read and may have read a bunch of his stuff. If you've read his stuff and you've seen this movie, let me know. Comment or send me a personal message. Let me know what you thought. You know, I'm going to talk about it, but I just want to get that out of the way. That I know he did The Pit and the Pendulum, The Pit and the Pendulum, and The Raven he's famous for, and I don't really know else. I'm sorry. So I don't even know that is this movie a true story. I doubt it's a true story. But it stars John Cusack. Who else is in this? Brendan Gleeson, Alice Eve, I believe her name is, and that's all who I recognized in the movie. The production value in this film is really it's high. It's high, and the costume design, you know, it looks like they did a lot of work. They shot it. It's photographed really well. I was really hesitant about seeing this movie. I remember the trailers were coming on, and maybe all trailers should be like this, but the trailers for The Raven were like 30 seconds or a minute. It'd be like The Raven, and that would be it. It was surprising that they would go that route. They're not given that much. You know, it's just this horror. Is it a horror film? Because he dabbled. You know, Edgar Allan Poe is all about these gruesome stories. Is this a murder mystery? You know, I had no idea. All I could help was go, I don't know, man. I love John Cusack, but I'm just not really interested in seeing this movie. I just don't care. I wish I could care. I like period piece films. I like films that, you know, tell stories of back in the day. So I did like some of the things about it, and I was on the fence thinking, man, this movie, there's not a lot of surprises. It's definitely not a horror movie. I never felt this was a horror movie. It's more of a murder mystery and whodunit, and this killer is really interested in Edgar Allan Poe, and he takes his work and he kills people and takes his girl, and I don't know. I couldn't help but be a little interested. At times, John Cusack looked like he was at a really great Halloween party, and he was playing dress up and acting for his friends. And then at times he was doing some genuine acting, and then all of a sudden he'd be like, no! And other actors would be, no! And then there was also times in the film where the actors would be like, I need you to go do this. And then they get a shot of the person like, okay, now! And then I gotta go! And they'd be doing that all the time. You gotta go talk to Poe! Yes? Okay. You gotta go now! But there were a lot of times where the audience laughed at things that I don't think were supposed to be funny. There were times where it seemed like John spit out a bunch of dialogue, and it was kind of funny because he's supposed to be this drunk, and he might not care a little bit. And then there's other times where dialogue was spit out, or he went, no! And the audience laughed a little bit, and I'm like, I don't think that was meant to be funny. But okay. If you found that funny, that's cool, man. That is your right as a film goer to enjoy the movie any way you can. Because of the few reasons that I mentioned, I kind of enjoyed the experience. I was really never put to sleep or bored. It seemed like the guy sitting next to me was going to fall asleep at any minute. I had to look over a few times like, oh, he's still awake. Because the movie wasn't boring. It wasn't like super exciting. It seemed really mild, and it wasn't that spicy. And I wish it was just something, you know, I don't know, I wish they gave me something to really care about. but they did give me enough to give it a slight recommendation. I mean, it was pretty bloody too, so if you want some blood and guts and some terrifying scenes of that, it's got that for you. I enjoyed that. I kind of enjoyed more of the background than the actual essential character. So I think that's the downfall. John Cusack does the best he can with the material, and sometimes he's enjoyable to watch, other times it seems like he's overacting. This is probably worth, you know, renting it or checking it out on HBO. I'm going to give The Raven 2.5 stars. If you enjoy this review and you agree or disagree with what I've just spoken about, please comment below, like, subscribe, find me on Facebook and Twitter at MovieManCHAD, and you can also follow me on the awesome website WeLiveFilm.com. A lot of amazing critics on there, a lot of great opinions, sharing their passions, sharing their love of film. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you at the next movie.